What I have here is a Wacky Whirly tool and some straws that go with the Wacky Whirly toolkit. Your tool has an adjustment here that you can adjust it higher or lower to determine the size of the cuts that you make into the straw. I like to adjust mine down pretty low. Then you take a straw, put it through, get it twisted a little bit to get it started, and then just start twirling and kind of hold close to the edge. Gives it a little more support to twirl to keep it from breaking off. I'll try and show you here and just keep twirling. One of the concerns on these straws that I hear from a lot of people is they're afraid that their parrots are going to ingest the bits of straw. I had that concern too, but what I did was I made some Wacky Whirlies, put them on a toy, and then I took my video recorder and put it on a tripod and just let it go while I let the birds have the toy. And I get about 30 minutes actually of the birds working with these Wacky Whirlies. And then I watched it and I studied it, and I would watch. They would chew off a piece, spit it out. They would chew off a piece, spit it out. And so I was pretty confident after watching that I felt safe giving these to my parrots because I knew they weren't going to ingest the pieces of plastic. So, and there's so many other people that use these. You'll see these all over the internet used for parrot toys. A lot of people in the Parrots Workshop. It's a very popular toy part once you make it. Okay, we're almost down. Once you get down to the end, you're going to wind up, get as close as you can, and that last little piece is going to break off. But there we have it. There's your Wacky Whirly straw. I have a bucket of Wacky Whirlies, a small container that I've already done the straws, Wacky Whirly straws here. I'm going to show you how I assemble my parts to make a nice part that I can put on a toy. Usually what I'll do at night is just sit there, and while I'm watching TV I can make Wacky Whirly straws, put them in a bucket, then I can assemble them, and then I can put them and have a few that are just ready to put on a toy. And this is how you get them ready to put on a toy after you've made a few. So we've just got a bunch here, kind of line them up. That looks good. You can make this as big as you want or as small as you want. I kind of like about like that. Then you've got two small zip ties. So for the first zip tie, you take it and you're going to make what I call a hanging loop. Just about like that. Take your next zip tie, go through that loop. Now you're going to slide it underneath the whole stack, right about in the middle. And then take this through and tighten it up. Just cinch it up as tight as you can. And I just leave this on it. You could cut it off if you want, but it's just something extra for my parrots to play with. So here you go. Now you've got your Wacky Whirlies, and you also have a loop that you can hang, that you can put this on a toy when you make a toy. I've just showed you how I make my Wacky Whirlies and put them together to put on toys that I make, but I'd also like to share with you a picture that I saw posted by Laura Ford in the Parrots Workshop. This is how she makes her toys. She makes, looks like she uses about triple or quadruple the amount of the Wacky Whirly straws I do, puts them together to make a standalone toy. And I've kind of done how I think she does it. You use make the same hanging loop, but you would use a bigger zip tie, a thicker zip tie to hold them all together, and then you just use a lot more. And then what you can do is just take one of these bumpy links, and that would be your hanger to hang it in the cage, and it would be a standalone toy. And Laura also posted along with this, she posted a picture of her Annie. This is her bird Annie, who loves the Wacky Whirly straws, and she says that this type of a toy, the way she makes it, will last Annie about 2 days.